YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with yet another Washington football team video, and in today's video we have Week 10 preview versus the Detroit Lions. This is the end-all be-all for us, guys. Now, last week I thought it was the end-all be-all, and it very well could have been since we got swept by our division rival, the New York Giants. But this week right here is really the end-all be-all. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and roll the intro, baby. We are Washington. Let's go.
We Washington, we Washington, we Washington, we Washington, man, we Washington.
Get it. So before we get into the actual preview, let's go over some of the injury reports for the Washington football team. Now, out for Sunday's game is Jerron Christian, who I believe is missing his third game. I don't know if he played week 7. I don't think he played week 7, but nevertheless, Jerron Christian is out with his third game, and this is kind of concerning. Yes, Cornelius Lucas has played well in his absence, but you hate not to dig into your depth, and he's not there. Your backup's not there, which in this case would have been Cornelius Lucas, but since Cornelius Lucas had to step in, it's kind of bad because Jerron Christian would have been the backup and he's hurt. So with that being said, you hate to have to dig into your depth, and then when your depth isn't there, it's even worse. So it's kind of bad for that aspect. But as far as Cornelius Lucas, he's played very well in his absence. Now, Jared Norris is out, and Dontrell Inman, and also Kyle Allen, of course. Now, Dontrell Inman, you would probably expect me to be like, that's a big loss. Not really, because Cam Sims has played exceptional in his absence. Excited to see what Cam Sims have and Terry Mclaurin have in the future for us, and also when we get Kelvin Harmon back. I can't wait to see what that has in store for us. And questionable for Sunday's game is Jeff Badet, plays kicker Dustin Hopkins, and those are the only two. Now, I thought Antonio Gibson would have been on that list because he's been banged up all week. I believe he missed Wednesday's practice, and I think he was limited yesterday and then today. So I don't know if he's going to go, but it seems like he's going to go because he's not on the list, but you never know. So don't be surprised if Antonio Gibson isn't, playing Sunday. I already thought that Peyton Barber, and we would possibly have to call up somebody from the practice squad to play, but it looks like Antonio Gibson is going to go, but at the same time, we don't know, and we need him to go. We really do. The Detroit Lions have one of the worst run stopping there at the bottom of the league and stopping the run. And we really need Antonio Gibson. So, with that out the way, let's get into this preview. So, how to beat the Detroit Lions and what should we do first? First thing is, like I said, establish the run game. They are at the bottom of the barrel and stopping the run. And our run game really, was percolating versus the New York Giants. Or, the Dallas Cowboys. Detroit Lions game, we need to take advantage of that poor front four and, run it down their throat. We need to ram it down their throat. Because the New York Giants game, we got away from that. We got pass heavy, and can you blame them? Their front four is really solid, so I don't blame them for getting away from the run game. So in this game, we need to establish it back. That is why Antonio Gibson is such a big part. Now, if Antonio Gibson doesn't go, I'm gonna be mad and I'm gonna be frustrated because we need him. But at the same time, I believe that J.D. McKissic could take advantage of this run defense too because of his speed. Next thing on the list is to get after Matthew Stafford. We have to get after Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is a veteran quarterback who is possibly could be a candidate for Washington to pick up in free agency. You never know, but he is a veteran presence and he can take advantage of soft zones and stuff like that, and finding soft zones or soft spots in the zone rather. So we need to get after him. We need to make him feel as uncomfortable as possible. Last week versus Daniel Jones, we didn't do a good job at that. Daniel Jones probably had his best game this year, and of course it came against Washington. You know what I'm saying? As far as taking care of the ball and finding soft spots in the zone, they were just driving on us. They were running the ball on us. So we really need to tighten up. So we need to start that by getting after the quarterback. We cannot sit there and let them just sit there and observe. It doesn't matter if you're Daniel Jones or if you're Tom Brady. If you let a quarterback sit there and you're playing soft zone, he is going to find a soft spot in that zone on some of these plays. So we need to do a better job of getting after the quarterback and not making them have all time of the day. So get after Matthew Stafford. He can't really run that well, so make him and be in his face all game long. That's basically what I'm trying to say. The next thing on our list is to stop the run. Their run game is really solid between Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift, and we have struggled with we struggled with Alfred Morris last week. So what makes you think that we're going going to be able to stop Adrian Peterson. I mean, Adrian Peterson already came out and said that Washington is going to realize what they let go. And that is scary to hear from a 36 Adrian Peterson. I think he's 35, 36 years old. I don't know his exact age, but nevertheless, he belongs in a nursery home, and he's going to kill us this week if we can't stop the run, because we know how efficient and good he was here. So he's only been that much better in Detroit. I actually been keeping up with Adrian Peterson, and he's been really solid. And they could feature the young guy in DeAndre Swift too, so they have a nice 1-2 punch. And I also believe, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, Kerryon Johnson, I think he's healthy too. So they actually have a 3-headed monster in Detroit. So we have to stop the run game, or at least try to. I don't see it happening, because if we let Alfred Morris and Wayne Gallman run on us, we're going to have a long day with trying to stop Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift. Limit to no turnovers is the next key on my list to win this game. Last week was terrible. We had 5 turnovers in total, 3 by Alex Smith and 2 by special teams. We need to limit to have little to no turnovers this week if we want to have a chance to win. I mean, last week with 5 interceptions or 5 turnovers, we still had a chance to win late. But just imagine if we only had 2 to maybe 0 of those turnovers happen. We win this game within or by at least 14 points. So if we lose the turnover battle, we're more than likely going to lose this game. We cannot have a game to go down the wire with Matthew Stafford, because he's possibly going to take advantage of that like he did against ATL. Now, I know what you're probably saying, Juan, ATL and Washington are 2 different teams, but you still get my analogy here. We cannot have a tight game and cause turnovers and have turnovers be the reason why we're in a close game with the Detroit Lions, because then again, if that happens, our defense is most likely going to melt down and we're going to lose the game. So, nevertheless, don't turn over the football. Try to limit the turnovers, and we win this game by a comfortable, commanding lead. Next thing on my list is feed Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is going to have Jeff Okudah on him most likely if he is playing, and I feel as though that Terry McLaurin is going to obliterate Jeff Okudah. I have confidence in Terry McLaurin going up against anybody in the game, and Jeff Okudah has been struggling since he came in the league. I mean, Lions fans hate this guy. If you go to the Instagram page and go to his comment section, Lions fans hate this man, and he has been so bad. He's been off to a rough start to his NFL career, and I don't know if that's because they play a lot of zone and he's a man corner. I don't know what it is with Jeff Okudah, but he has not been the best cornerback, or should I say worth the 3rd overall pick as of yet. Now, we got to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know their other cornerback off the top of my head, so that really should tell you something. Get the pass game percolating, but more specifically, give Terry McLaurin the ball, let him work. And that's whether screens, drags, slants, deep shots, do whatever. Just get the ball in 1-7's hands, and it's going to be something special for us. You know what I'm saying? You made that catch last week versus the New York Giants, contestant catch and broke it away for a touchdown. Give 1-7 the ball, and great things will follow. Next thing on my list is try to limit Kenny Golladay if he is playing. Now, like I said, if he is playing. Kenny Golladay is one of the best receivers in the league. You know, he's very underrated. You know what I'm saying? He's on the same, turf as Chris Godwin and Juju Smith-Schuster. They're very solid, good wide receivers, and they're very underrated. So, try to limit Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay is a dog. You know what I'm saying? And notice I said try to limit, because I don't think it's going to happen if he is playing, in fact, because I don't know if he's playing. He didn't practice Wednesday. I think he was limited or did not practice yesterday, and I don't know about today. So he might not play, but if he do, try to limit it. I mean, guys, come on now. Kenny Golladay is a really good wide receiver, but we can stop him. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I want to talk about here, get after the quarterback, Jack Del Rio. Don't call no soft zones, and we win the game. We have to dominate all 3 phases of the game, and we will win. But once you start dropping punts, throwing interceptions, getting away from the run game, then that's when you set yourself up for failure. So we gotta stay to the run game, stay in control of the clock, you know what I'm saying? And we're most likely going to do that with Alex Smith at the helm now. Take advantage of their poor run game, run defense. Try to stop the run offense from Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift. Just dominate all 3 phases of the game, and that's special teams, offense, and defense, and we will have a great chance of winning this game. Just quick, video. These preview videos don't need to be long, because it's literally simple on how to win this game. So without further ado, it's me, boy, Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe, help to the Washington football team. Let me know what you guys think down below. What we have to do to beat the Detroit Lions. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, help to the Washington football team. Peace.